is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8 Papa Zoo November. The Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by. Your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. And thanks for having us here for Shenanigans. Oh, God.
Loud noises.
Let's start off, as always, by thanking these guys right here because they're absolutely awesome. And since my video popped out on Thursday, I definitely need these guys more than ever. Shout out to Josh and Kilo 4 Lima India and Kilo 4 Alpha November Yankee, the newest Patreons. Hope you guys are enjoying your Patreon memberships, and hopefully we'll see a lot more of you in the after chats and stuff like that. Also, shout out to these guys right here. We need to start filling it up, man. I want to fill this thing up. I want this to look just like our Patreon board. So you guys need to start hitting up this YouTube membership. You know what? I'll tell you what. If we can fill it up between tonight and Wednesday's stream, next week I'll just give something away. So, all right. And big changes here. Kilo Golf Quebec still in the top spot. Actually, the top three stayed the same, but everybody after that top three moved around every which way. I ain't even gonna call it all out, but that's who we got. It is in the last quarter. I still love the Kilo Bravo Nair Juliet Quebec uniforms. I love that. But we are in the last quarter, so won't be long, and that thing will be up and over with.
We are in the last quarter. We should get some POTUS stats updates here pretty soon, huh?
Yeah. If I was a betting man, I would bet that this Thursday you'll be getting some POTUS stats. You know, if I was a betting man. And speaking of videos, you know, after last Thursday's video, you'll probably notice a little surge in my schedule. You know, I've got a whole work schedule now laid out for myself, and I can tell you that every Monday a TikTok will come out, every Tuesday a short will come out, every Wednesday a stream, Sunday a stream, Thursday a video, and Friday and Saturday for filming, along with the other list of stuff that I got to do. But yeah, it's definitely gotten a whole lot more busy for me, and I think some of the Patreons have noticed it because it's nothing to see me pop in the chill pad at 2 o'clock in the morning and sit there and be working while I'm talking to whoever pops in there to talk to me. Anyway, what's going on, Mike?
Not much. Not definitely thinking. No, it's pretty same old.
Yeah, Mike. I think Mike's working on his challenge point. He hunts me all the time anymore.
I'm a long ways away, but like I said, every time you come down to 20 and I'm around the radio, I'm gonna work you.
Sounds good to me. For sure. And you know, he even worked me when I was in the extra portion of the band today, along with a few of you generals. Shenanigans. I wasn't paying attention where I was. I just went for a frequency. It was busy as crap out there. But I'm an extra, so it don't matter for me.
So for my information, to get what's the best frequency on 20 meters to get everybody? Because you know I ain't American, so I don't know.
14,300 is a good bet.
Above 14.3.
I'm kidding.
I'm
yeah, just go to 14,300 and just sit there and say, oh.
I'm so bad. No, do not vote on 14,300.
So I would, Mike. I'm going to tell you the best way to make POTA hunter contacts.
Oh, okay. Maritime.
This is the absolute best way. You just pick you a frequency and go there and start a net.
Yeah.
Because if you start a net, the POTA activators was like, hey, James is running a net over there. Let's just go give him our parts. And I ain't playing. I was doing audio checks on an antenna, and I had a couple people come over to listen to the audio on it. And next thing I know, activators are popping over there where I'm at and giving everybody that's over there talking to me their parks. I got 3 parks on him just by sitting there on that freaking. Oh, fun stuff. I don't care.
I usually on 14, I'll stick to 14,260 because it's the islands on the air frequency. And guess what? They can't say I can't be on that frequency.
You're on an island.
So it's empty most of the time, give or take. But yeah, that's where I worked from a park today. It was actually a twofer. So yeah, I went activating today. Shocker.
Good deal. Good deal. What about yourself, Dan? What have you been up to?
It rained all damn weekend.
It has rained all weekend.
So not a lot. Went out and played a little POTA today. Went out to the park, used the ATAS because it was, as they say in West Virginia, it was pouring the rain. So stayed in the truck, activated. Yeah, got a good number of contacts, but seemed to be slow overall. Got my new Kilo Oscar 4 Fox Sierra Zulu 80 through 10 end fed, 1500 watt end fed up in the air. That thing is a champ. Let me tell you, it does good.
Now,
like
remember, don't you can't spit out 1500 watts like for an hour or two. You got to spurt it.
Yeah,
because it will heat up though. It'll heat up those toroids.
Oh, yeah,
like crazy.
But I don't have it in the optimal configuration just because the size of my yard is not indicative to 131 foot wire. But it's
zigzag it.
It's really good. It's really good the way it is.
Yeah, nice.
Wait, is mine 10 through 80?
Yeah, it's that long.
Wow, is it? Wow. Okay. Well, it'll fit here at the new studio.
Yeah, there you go.
And I know it'll fit in my house.
I don't think so, Andrew. I could try it. But,
cook it. It'll cook. Smell nice afterwards.
What's the coolest thing is I'm gonna go ahead and say it because he doesn't advertise it. That 10 through 80 will tune. I mean, you don't need a tuner. Okay, I mean, I got good results without a tuner, but it will tune 160 meters, 1.6.
Nope. Okay, mine is 40. Mine is 40 to 10.
Okay.
80 to 10.
Yeah, so the 10 through 80 will tune 160 with a good tuner down to 1.6, and it will talk very nicely.
Nice.
You know what? For that to be 40 through 10, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure I tuned that thing to 60.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, it does 60, 30. Yeah. But,
Well, it
nice.
shouldn't really do 60 if it's a 40 to 10.
No, 10 through 80 is not.
Right. We'll have to try that because when I set it up here, it's not a permanent setup because I have to set out one of my collapsible masts out there in the corner and then run it, north to south and stuff. But when I get me another tripod, and I'm just going to put a pole out there and do it. So,
well, I got the far end of my end fed up about 90 feet.
I did like how you put it up there, though.
So Chris, out of curiosity, how long is my wire? I want to see. I bet you you're into.
Yeah.
I bet you.
I bet you mine's longer than yours.
It may be, but I've got one right over there that'll do 10 through 80, and I bet I can make it fit in this yard.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, mine fits in the yard. You just have to do kind of a sloper L to it.
No. I'm just talking straight
Yours
sloper.
The 10 through 40 is 65 feet.
And yours is what?
130, 130-ish.
Oh
Double
yeah,
that to get the
I can
angles.
do it. I can do it.
I didn't realize it was quite that long. My original plan was to shoot the line up in the top of that tree and then have it high enough where I could try it both hanging it just straight vertically or as a sloper, just try different configurations. The tree's not quite that tall. I'm about 20 foot short on that tree.
20 foot short on your tree.
Yeah.
I did set up an inverted L for 160. And it made it to the end of my yard, up the tower and to the end of my yard, but it's sloping way too much. So I'm gonna get a pole up there and try to straighten it up a little bit so it's more of a 90-degree to it because it's deaf.
Yeah.
It's
Mine receives well, and the noise floor is actually lower than my dipole.
No.
Which
I have S9 noise floor on 160, and all I hear is Canary Islands and Madeira Islands. I did work St. Martin last night on 160, but it was like fluke.
Isn't St. Martin where they have the planes? The beach with a plane jet blast?
Probably. I don't know. Sounds about right.
Martin as
like
an
the runways
MARTEN?
at the end of the beach. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
It's like a tourist attraction to sit there and try not to get
jetted
killed.
away.
Yeah.
And anyway, back to Kilo Oscar 4 Fox Sierra Zulu. I do need to thank him for the super chat that he dropped before the stream started, since he was going to be late tonight. Paying the king's taxes.
I did miss it. Sorry. There you go.
But shout out to him for that. I'll tell you what. So, for those of you who watched the stream Wednesday and watch it now, tell me if you think the Echo is better. Dan says it's better. I dropped about $100 on sound dampening stuff, and it's nowhere near done, I can tell. But if you think it's better, put a 1 in the chat, and we'll go ahead and talk about my I'm losing my mind tours ever since I went full time YouTube.
If you think the Echo's better, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat.
Oh, well, Stephen Walker. You probably wasn't even on the stream. You were probably activating. And Terry, we don't trust your opinion. You've been breathing the fumes of too many hover rounds.
Hey guys, if you think the Echo's better, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat.
Shut up. Anyway. So I guess I have kind of went on a lose my mind tour this week. So my first day of full-time YouTube consisted of a here we go. My first day consisted of a 2-park CW QRP mountain bike rove. So I don't do QRP. I'm not in shape to do a mountain bike for a rove. The one park was easy, it's not far. And the other park's not far. But when you got to climb a hill that might as well be a soda, it's to get up to the next park. It's a little bit different. So
I bet your calves and your thighs loved you, didn't they?
Yeah, they absolutely just said thank you so much. You want me to tell you how much they wanted? They wanted more.
Tell me how much.
The next day on my lose my mind tour. Now it wasn't pouring the rain, but it was drizzling on and off. The next day, I decided that I was going to hike into an acno. And because it was an Atno and I'm considerate, and this is where all you people who got QSOs can hit that donation button. Because I'm considerate, I didn't take a QRP radio on this 2-mile hike. I hiked 2 miles with the 991A. Why the 991A and not the DX10? Because it was drizzling. Even though I had rain gear and had everything covered good, I still didn't take the chance. I took the 991A. But made quite a bit of good contacts on that one.
What'd you take for power?
What did I take for power? Biwinnow 20 amp hour.
Little 20 amp, yeah.
No, I did not. I did not take the 60.
Oh yeah, I was about to say you're not going to. Yeah, that'd be nuts.
No,
20. Even on 20 amp hour, we talked about this. I mean, last stream. I mean, that's going to last you a long time. So.
Yeah, especially with the 991A. The 991A, I don't know what the literature says, but does not draw as much as the DX10. That I know for a fact. So, yes, I used a potato for power. Nice. And then finally, day 3 of my Lose My Mind tour, I went on a 3-park QRP CW only roof. And at this point, I think everybody hated me. You know, I didn't have problems. If I would have went QRP today, I would have probably jumped off a cliff because it wasn't a QRP day. But I didn't have no. Matter of fact, it was funny because PP Man called me. He's like, "Man, the pans are horrible today." I was like, "Really? I did good, and I was QRP all day."
They can't hear me down the block. Now we kind of know when you're QRP because somebody will make a comment in Discord because he's using this potato again, or he's keying up on the Dorito.
Well, you know, I tell you what, I can look here. I happen to have my paper right here. I can tell you what I did QRP. Was that yesterday? Looks like about 42 to 45 was the average on that road. So
not bad.
Yeah, I'll take that QRP all day.
Yeah. Oh, Chris, for your 1500 watt NFED, what is your suggested maximum for CW and digital? With my my dipole, I don't worry about it. There's not any kind of transformers in the line. I'll shoot whatever down that wire. I don't care.
The main reason I was doing all that crap though was I'm getting better used to some of the gear that I have because I'm going to be needing it for this upcoming year because I've told several of you, but I didn't really say it publicly except in the video. I'm going to be a lot more adventurous with my radio this year. So you guys should have some exciting videos and maybe even some that make me die. But, you know, if I die on stream, please click the like button.
Yeah, and donate. No way, don't donate because nobody will get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The most popular video was his last.
Yeah, I'll get like 100,000 subscribers after that or something.
Yeah.
What's this next video gonna be? This was cool.
That's funny.
Hey, PP man, I did see you in the chat talking about QRP. You know, I don't even want you to talk about QRP to me because I heard you were wanting to spend more money than it costs to buy 2 QRO radios to buy an amp that does 100 watts.
That's very true.
Come on, man.
All right. So Chris says around 400 to 500 for CW and digital, which is plenty enough. I tell you what, man, we're gonna do some tests. I'm gonna use it just till I smoke it, and then I'll just order another one and let you know.
Grim's adorable.
It's because it's fun like that.
He just asked if
Thank you very much for the super chat, Terry. And you know, I don't want to hear it, Terry. Terry got, when I was on my CW QRP Rove, Terry got my only sideband contact of that Rove, and he got it QRP park to park.
How many times did he call you?
No, I called him. I didn't go to sideband and call. I called him.
What you what? You what?
I called him.
What is that called? It starts with an H, I think.
It was called park to park.
Oh, okay, that's right.
But if you want to talk about something that starts with an H, during the Lose My Mind tour, when I came back from my 2-part mountain bike road that day, I did hook up the Kilo Oscar 4 Fox Sierra Zulu antenna, and I hunted 15 parks that evening.
Wow.
15 parks.
That's impressive. No, you don't need that amp, PP. You can buy like 2 891s for the price of that amp. More than 2.
Steven, if you're going to give somebody bad life advice, at least it's PP Man. Thank you for the super chat.
or I mean, if you want 100 watts, just get the K3.
Listen, I'll tell you what, PP Man. I will send you $300 right now for your KX3, and you can just go put it down on a K3, and you'll have the 100 watts and be done with it. You won't find a better deal. Don't even look.
That's right. Tax, tag, and title included.
PP Man's going to die when he finds out that I ordered my KX4 today, didn't he?
Bro.
Yeah.
Well, see that's the thing, Chris. He doesn't need the amp so he can hear him. He can just use his 891 if he wants 100 watts. And the 891 will still go down to 5 watts if he wants to play QRP.
Play QRP.
But I will give it. It's not as portable and everything as the KX2. So I mean, yeah.
You know, the KX2 is really small. It's a really nice radio, but it's not 100 watts.
Right. And the 891's pretty portable too. You could throw it in a backpack.
But I'm not going to pay enough to buy a brand new DX10 for an amp that gets a radio to 100 watts.
There it is. Oh gosh, they're trying to convince him.
You know what? You guys are throwing super chats. Everybody just try to convince him. Go ahead. I don't care. Thank you very much for the super chat, Eddie.
That was great.
Yeah.
Eddie, it's almost over, buddy.
PP man, if we make $100 this stream, I'll give you my blessing to buy the amp. Yeah. So you know, if you want to order it, you can go ahead and throw the last $70 in there, PP Man.
Yeah, there you go. 28 more days, Eddie. We got it, man. 28 more days. Just hang on there, buddy.
28 more days of the Bailey Sprott and the PZN challenge.
Yeah.
You know, I really enjoyed. That's what I think I enjoyed the most about going on 2 days of QRP CW roads. Is really like these guys are like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We got to hunt him CW QRP right now.
Well, luckily, everybody in the PZN challenge can do CW, and we all have good ears to hear you. So,
I mean, no, come on. I worked Alaska that day on QRP CW.
Yeah.
Alaska hunted me. Yeah, they did the lifting, but they had to hear me to do the lifting. So, which is crazy because I actually heard Alaska better than my Alaska contact on CW at 100. Well, I probably would. I probably did go to 100 watch trying to make that thing, but it was a better station in Alaska. Is the thing.
Did I tell you guys I finished my triple play?
Oh, you got what was it you were looking for?
Idaho.
Idaho. That's right.
Idaho. Funny thing is, I did get a Poda Park in Idaho CW.
Very nice.
But he would never confirm on Logbook of the World. So I ended up making a sked with someone else, and he uploaded, and then the day after, the Poda Park uploaded as well. So I got them both. But I got to thank it was all Poda. It was mostly like 90% of my triple play was due to Poda.
Now, let me tell you exactly what's going to happen. You needed Idaho for a while, didn't you?
Yeah.
On CW. This is what's going to happen now. Every time you look on the spot page, there's going to be Idaho CW every damn where. That's what happened to Wyoming. I needed Wyoming to get my last of my 50 states. And
it wouldn't pop up.
I finally got it one day. And like for the next year, I see nothing but damn Wyoming on the spot page. I'm like, you got to be kidding.
Yeah. But so now I have worked all states on digital, SSB, CW, and Poda. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, kidding.
Chris, was that 83 to go? Is that for me?
No, for the $100 for PP Man to get the amp.
Oh, I don't know. It could be his contacts.
I think it's his contacts.
Oh, okay.
That's like 2 days. Yeah, that's. But yeah, he needs 83 left.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive because I don't remember the exact number, but I can tell you that it was pretty big with a very short amount of time, and he's did some serious hunting.
He hunts me. So I'm sitting down there at Grand Bay and on 20 meters, and he's in Middle Georgia. I'm in South Georgia. 20 meters, no worky that closey. No. 17 meters, no worky that closey. But I had the DNR on about 4 or 5, and I hear his voice down there. Alpha Echo 4 X-ray Oscar. And I'm like, I hear you on 20 meters, dude. It's like you're like a 2-2. Then I got you. Then I go to 17 meters. Alpha Echo 4 X-ray Oscar. Yeah, I hear you. I was like, what in the world? He ground waving me.
I'll tell you who was hard to hear, and I hope he's feeling better today. Is Robbie. Where Robbie is sick. He hunted me last night, and he was rough to hear.
He got me on CW today. He sent me a text message when he seen me spot on CW. He said he was doing some Kapow business, and he'll be with me in a minute.
Oh, well, a minute. What was he good? What was he doing? Taking a nap afterwards?
Right.
Oh. Well, I'm not going to say who Robbie drew in the Patreon Christmas party, but I'm going to say that he put a lot of thought into his gifts. That's for sure.
15 parks ain't no joke. That's the biggest one that I have personally. Did that over the excuse me, over the summer on my big road up north. I did a little 15-part rover up there. That's good. It's good, man. 15 is awesome.
Congrats.
Yeah, I think this week coming up, I'm going to try to get out and do a rove with Terry because Terry has never been on a rove, and he's retired now. So
make sure you bring plenty of Ovaltine and protein bars.
And depends.
It depends. Oh man, something's wrong with you guys.
Well, I mean, it's not that you got to worry about Terry falling asleep driving because he's too busy backing up in the roundabouts. But you know, when you're passing the mic and he falls asleep on you, you know, it's a different story.
So, bring your undies to hang as a POTA flag.
Because that's all of our sectors yellow. So that
Ugh.
blue is going to be in our.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I need to map that little road. There's plenty of parks here south of it that I can do. I can do a line fairly easy in a day. I just need to map it out. I won't say fairly easy, but I mean it's doable. Put it that.
There's no pencil. Shenanigans.
You hear that? You hear that, Terry? When we go on a road, you'll have at least 3 napkins that I can hand you. It depends whether you can wear them or not. Eddie, 789 out of 1,000 CWQ shows as of today.
Nice.
Very, very, very nice. Very, very nice. I'm kind of excited about my POTA update video because I added a new stat to it. So, pretty cool stuff. I actually have all the stat charts done and everything. I just got to do the filming part, the talking part.
For building unless you have it.
Is the new stat your ratio of underwear lost versus underwear found?
Soiled.
No, it's just the added even though I said I was not going to add any goals all year, then I get to all the way to November and it's like, you know, I think I'm going to do this. So it's just the added stats for that.
Oh, speaking of added stuff, winter bonus with soda, I believe, started.
You know,
John, Whiskey Echo 4 Alpha Uniform Bravo, I believe, has been tearing it up on soda today.
Yes, he's always tearing up soda, but the thing is I don't think West Virginia gets a winter bonus. I've checked several parks and under bonus period it says none.
It gets cold enough, you'd think so.
It gets colder than a lot of the states that get winter bonus. I mean, if anybody in the chat knows what qualifies you for a winter bonus, let me know because you know we
Explain it to me.
So certain associations in soda, I thought it was all of them, but all of this evidently it's not. Certain ones get a winter bonus. So say I'm doing a 4-point soda. If I doing it after December 1st, I could get an extra bonus of 3 points or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Soda has points. Okay.
Yeah. It has points.
And if you already done that soda during the year, let's say you do a 5-pointer, and then winter bonus goes around, you can do it again, but you only get the additional bonus points, correct?
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm with David on this one.
Yeah, you can only activate it. I mean, really,
once a year. Yeah, no.
Once a year.
Yeah. I'm with David on this one.
Yeah.
Me no like soda. Me no like climbing.
I mean, I wouldn't mind trying a few, but the closest one is 4.5 hours away from me.
My island only has either 1 or 2.
You know, it's actually kind of funny because so PP Man was actually fussing about you, Dan. I'm gonna call him out right here on the air. He's like, don't tell me Dan couldn't hear me today because I worked all kinds of Georgia today. And I said, Dan's not Georgia. Dan is northern Florida across the Georgia border.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was like, he isn't, because I have a pipeline. I can hit most of Georgia on any band anytime I want to. But Dan is northern Florida. He's a different He's
Yeah.
a different breed of Georgia.
There's plenty of times that I hear you hit Chris up in middle Georgia, just perfect. But it just the way it hops, it goes right over my head.
You know, but now when I'm in Florida, I can destroy Dan.
I'll mess you up on 40 meters, boy. If you get on Florida, I'll mess you up.
Yeah, you do.
How are you?
You better turn some attenuation on if you know I'm coming.
Yeah.
And 20 meters, as long as you're south of Alligator Alley, where 75 cuts over to the east coast of Florida, I can get you south of that. Like the Keys, if you're in the Keys, I'll get you all along the 20. But north of that, it's hit or miss. 20 has to be running short for me to get you.
I feel like you've got me on 20 meters in Florida.
I have before, but it was just running short that day. It's not very often.
Well, I mean, you almost have to have got me quite a bit because I mostly work 40. Okay, so when I was down there in February, 90% of my QSOs were on 20 meters.
Yeah, but you still came to 40.
And you're on a PZN challenge. Not every day did I go to 40.
24 minutes to go.
It depended on what parks. Yes, I always came to 40 if I was going to Colt Creek because I always put the infed up there. Now, when I went down there last time, I was on 40 every day because I had the Eagle One. Once again, you know, the Eagle One, the 40 meter, when it destroys 40 meters in Florida, it's the 40 meter destroyer in there.
It is. I am a flatlander, man. My house is 18 and a half-ish miles away from the Florida border. So
Is it for health insurance?
there's more parks within an hour south of me than there is an hour north of me. Put it that way. So I've activated more Florida parks than I have Georgia parks. They're closer, and there's more of them.
I see. Gotcha.
Chris, I've actually activated that park.
Every now and again, I hear the Breakfast Club when they're down there on 20 meters. But it's
You
not
know, Eddie said a good point too. You may have cross moded me. You know, did CW to sideband. It's a good possibility. Regardless of the matter, he made the contacts. You know,
But you just be forewarned, anybody in the chat, if you're activating in Florida and you're at a park I don't have and you're on 40 meters, prepare to turn your volume knob down. Because I'm going to come in hot and heavy.
It's funny too because when I do Colt Creek, where I activate in Colt Creek it's a twofer, and I do not have great internet there, but I've got texting signal, so I'm smart. I'll text Dan and say spot me here, and then when I text Dan and say I'm going to 40 meters on this frequency, I go ahead and turn my volume down because I know he's coming in. He don't do like Terry. He goes ahead and spots me, but he's always that first one. Terry, if I text Terry and tell him to spot me, first thing he does,
He gets you first.
is get me, and then he's like, "All right, I'm spotting you now."
I don't blame him. That's funny. That's why I wanted to make sure you were there before I spotted you.
I just want to make sure that was really you texting me from your phone.
Oh, classic Terry, classic. I did a live stream of my VFO on 40 meters.
Yeah, you know, that's what I should do one day. I should just leave the volume turned up and make a TikTok. Just just hit my automatic CQ and run back to the picnic table behind where I'm normally sitting and hold it on my radio.
Or even better, do a video spot on POTA, but never say a thing on the frequency. I mean, ask if the frequency's in use, obviously. And then when you get no reply, spot on POTA and then start recording on your video. Just to see the pilot, you'll get in the blind.
You know,
We don't hear him, but we're going to call.
Here's the thing, and I ain't done it in a while, and since we're officially full-time YouTube, we should probably have a rant today. You had to go there with its frequency in use, because I'm going to tell you what. So I went to 40 meter CW, and yes, I sent what I was supposed to send, and nobody answered me that there was anybody on that frequency. So I start calling CQ, and the next thing I know, thank you very much for the super chat, James, I start getting like this crazy keying going on, and I'm like, oh great, I got a lid, and I'm barely making out call signs, let alone I'm not getting people that sending me sentences in CW, because there's 4 or 5 lids with 1500 watts that are just tuning up like just unbearable. And I just keep working stations. Well, finally, Robbie sent me a message on Discord, and Robbie had heard one of them, and it was somebody asking me the QSY. They thought that they were running the expedition, but it was an overseas contest club. But here's the thing. This is my rant. They were running split. So when I sent QRL ? They don't hear me because they're running split.
Right. And you didn't. And you didn't hear them.
I didn't hear them at all. They probably never heard me at all. But it was the lids over here in the States that was hearing me and losing their mind. But here's the thing. How are you going to run split? Because you can't control that frequency if nobody can hear you. That's another reason why I don't understand split. And I've said it once, I've said it a million times. You're just not an activator if you got to run split. If you can't handle your pileup, don't do a de-expedition, which they wasn't doing. They were doing a contest of. I sent the guy an email and apologized to him, and he said, "Oh, no problem at all." He wasn't even worried. It was just the lids over here. But the thing is, if you can't handle a pileup, you don't need to be going on a de-expedition that you've got to run split. I'm sorry. I just because.
It's really all right. So split, to me anyway, which I understand what you're saying. It's not so much about handling the pileup. It's for the other people in the pileup to be able to hear you.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you do split. It's so the pileup can hear you, because if everybody's talking, nobody can hear you. So it's not that you can't handle the pileup, because the pileup is still going to be there. It's just going to be 1 kc up. It's the fact that the pileup can hear you. Because if everybody's calling at the same time, they can hear each other. They just can't hear you because you're the weak station of the pod.
Yeah. So it cuts down on you having to give somebody a signal report like 2 or 3 times over again because other people are calling over the top of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I understand what you're saying. I mean, you obviously can't hear your transmit frequency, so you can't. If somebody asks, you can't say yes.
Even if let's just take out the equation of it being CW. Let's just say that was sideband, and I said, "Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use?"
Yeah, they wouldn't hear you. Yeah.
If nobody answers me and I don't hear I never hugged or hunted or nothing. I made 2 contacts before all that lid crap started happening. And if I can't hear you, I'm going to take that frequency. So if you're running split and you lose your frequency, you're taking up 2 frequencies to start with.
Well, more advantage to run split because normally they run a range, right?
5 to
So they-
10. If it's SSB, usually if it's CW, it's 1 to 2 or 1 to 2 kilos KC's up. SSB is 5 to 10. If it's a big the expedition, it can go 5 to 15 to 20 up, and it's scary.
But no, I
It's
understand exactly what you're saying because the person
I-
that's running it can't hear anybody that's going to call him on his frequency. So if you send QRL, he's not going to hear you anyway.
no, because if he's running a wide split, if he's 1 to 2, he might be on the 1, and you're in the middle, and he's listening on the 1 to 2. He's not going to hear you.
Do it, buddy. Do it.
Just so
I've
you know,
actually-
Stephen, that's
It's-
double the taxes you have to pay.
That's true. You're using more than one frequency.
I've actually run an activation where I went split, but I think split is better than numbers, because I hate numbers. I hate numbers with a passion.
You'll never
But-
hear me called by numbers.
If
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
if you got to use numbers, you don't need to be doing a pilot.
Let me tell you right now. If
It's scary. It's scary because nobody's dissing your Pilops King, sir. But if you like me, island wise, and you have all of Europe, all of the states on top of you, it is complicated because it's crazy. And I'm not saying your Pilops aren't crazy, because they're crazy, crazy ass munchers up there, but it was crazy. And but I won't do numbers. I refuse to do numbers. I hate them, and I'm not going to subject anybody to numbers.
if anybody
it's
ever
just-
hears me, running a pilot by the numbers, please
You're
come
sick.
to my house and take just take it all. Just take everything I own, and you're gonna have.
But it is, and I've worked split. I've worked split on a contest because of stateside. So I could be listening, I could be transmitting below and listening above 7,200.
Yeah.
So I've worked split that way because of the state's 40-meter shift, and it worked very well. It worked very well.
Yeah,
But
that's
of
a good
course, it
reason
was
to
a
do it, too.
contest, and so yeah.
It makes more sense the way you guys put it. I didn't realize that it was so that the people could hear it in.
Yeah.
It does make more sense. But again, if you lose your frequency because you're on another frequency listening, and the guy did not complain. I'm not fussing about that guy. He did not complain whatsoever. But man, them lids did. And you know what? If they would have answered when I was calling it, there wouldn't have been a problem.
But they weren't listening to the frequency either. They were worse. They were listening 1 kc below. And it is what it is. Split will always be a weird concoction, and you will have this problem again, per se. But usually, it's contests and the expeditions, and you'll know you're hitting a de-expedition band because everybody will calling on top of each other, and stay away from it. But you just hit a weird one, a contest.
I don't want to interfere with anybody, but it ended up not being the expedition. It was some contest club overseas or whatever, and they were cool about it.
Yeah, because these things happen. It's the nature of the beast.
Stuff's gonna happen.
Stuff's gonna happen. You just have to roll with the punches.
It's really no harm, no foul. You didn't hear that guy, and obviously
You did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong.
Yeah, it's just the other idiots on there.
You did all this. Yeah, the problem. 99% of the problems are the lids.
Yeah,
it is because and
what
it's good. And you want to see a crazy time? Bouvet just announced they're gonna do another DXpedition to Bouvet Island.
If it wasn't for the 4 or 5 guys that were tuning up with their 1500 watts repeatedly, I might could have heard somebody asking me to QSY.
Yeah. Did you know that me and James are on the next year's Bouvet team?
No, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, we're gonna bring an Eagle One. That's all we're gonna need.
I would believe you would do a great job. I believe you would do a
We're
great job.
We're gonna bring an Eagle One and a microphone. Nothing else.
That's it.
And a KX2.
Yeah. Well, now if we're gonna bring a microphone, we're gonna have to bring 2 turntables.
Where's it at?
Where's it at? Oh my God!
But
if anybody in the chat gets that one, you owe.
No, it's just people are getting crazy out there. It's like they've never seen real ham radios operate, or they're going insane. And it's honestly because I do a lot of DX, not just POTA. I have seen and heard, not seen but heard things that will scare you. It's insane.
I've heard some hellacious pilots.
Oh, not just pilots, the rudeness on the band.
Yeah.
I've never seen. I've actually did I was doing a write up on my QRZ page. I've been a ham radio operator for 27 years. Okay, and I've been around radios since I was 8-9 years old. So, and I'm 47, 46, going on 47, and I've never seen the amount of disrespect I've seen in the past year.
Yeah.
In the bands. Oh my God, it's insane. Yeah, and it nothing to do with POTA. No. POTA's been amazing. It's the lids out there for these expeditions, and it's just, oh my God, I've never seen anything like it. So
that's all I'm bringing.
And it's
here's the thing, and
that's my rant.
POTA won't be that bad because the majority of POTA people have common sense and are not lids. Now there are some POTA people that are absolute lids.
It's the people who don't like POTA that are being the lids.
Yes.
But
yes.
And those people hunt DXpeditions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, you can do, but I don't understand why these people can't do both. I mean, I hunt POTA, but if a DXpedition comes on and I see him on the spot page, I'm going after him too. If I need to,
Absolutely. You know, why can't you talk about your wife's macaroni salad and then you hear a POTA Station 2 frequencies up and go hunt him? Don't go stalk him and try to run him off. Go eat some more macaroni salad. He'll be done in 15 minutes.
It's crazy.
It's crazy because, I'd like to have a stat on it, on the percent of people that stay in parks and the people that are just rovers. But I'm going to say, it's probably 30% rovers. And if they're rovers, chances are 15 minutes and they're out.
Yeah.
But there's absolute crazy people like me that you start messing with me, and those 15 minutes that I would have been out, I'll make them last an hour and 30 more.
Nobody owns the frequencies. Nobody owns the air bands. They're there for our use. Yes, there are hidden guidelines, like, the beginning of the frequencies are for CW, fine, they can have them. 1474 is for FT8. Good luck getting in there if you want to do SSB. It'll never work. There are certain frequencies, but it's all up for grabs. If you look at the code, there's nothing that says that this is only for this, and especially the nets. I've been on this frequency for 30 years, and this is the frequency on when. You don't own it. Show me where the FCC or the Yeru or the whatever says that that's your frequency. If you can show me that, I'll shut up.
Just last night, I went over to 60. I went over to 60 meters, and I was almost done, and that guy come on there, and it was the same guy that used to mess with me on 60 meters. He said, "You can't do POTA on 60 meters," and I went, "Do you not
Watch
remember?"
me. Hold my beer.
I said, "Do you not remember who I am?" I said, "What's the webpage?" And he disappeared. He's like, "Oh, it's that guy. I'm done."
Oh my God. That is hilarious. I'm going to report you to pota.info.com.net.org.
Terry does own 7,200. He just said so.
That's right. That's right. That, yeah, Andrew brings up a good question. I'm going to have to set that up for him tonight, I think.
You know, it's actually really funny that he brought this up, because with this whole new, I have a schedule thing. I have a to-do list too, and updating my QRZ page is on that list because that stuff is ancient on there. There's not even a picture of my DX10 on there. I've been activating with the DX10 for over a year now.
All I got to say is, if you want me to do it, you better change your password after, or you're going to have some pictures of my comms up there.
Yeah. Listen, I ain't putting Dan in charge.
April Fools.
Of no putting pictures on yours. No.
That's great.
No. You'll see Terry in his hover around with an icon hooked to it, and
yes, sir. Yes, sir. With an underwear flag.
You know, in the I Lost My Mind tour, I went QRP, but I didn't go icon, and I didn't go FT8.
That is.
Don't
good.
knock FT8. I'm just saying. But that's just me.
I'm not knocking FT8. I'm knocking FT8 for POTA.
FT8's okay for POTA, just as long as you're in the park.
It doesn't.
Thank
you, Dan.
Not asleep, and your computer's running it. And then on top of that, you go to your master file and pull out, oh, this is my log for December.
As long as you have to clicky the accept QSO button, it's fine.
No, I didn't. I wasn't saying. I wasn't talking about, lids on FT8. POTA lids on FT8. No, I'm saying people who do it by the book. Now,
listen, I used to watch live streams and run FT8 while I was in the park. I'd sit there and click and watch the live stream, the live stream.
My brother from another mother in North Georgia, they're Whiskey Zero Delta Alpha November. Met him last year down in Florida. Really nice guy. Yes, his call sign's very similar to mine. He got me on CW today when I spotted on 40 meters. Because his call sign comes through on 40 meters. And I got the whiskey. And then I don't know why the zero kind of went through my mind. Then I heard Delta Alpha November. And the first thing that come through my mind is, why is somebody sending me my own call sign on the radio? And then I was like, whiskey question mark? And I was like, oh.
Yeah, he's got me before. And I was like, no, that wasn't Dan. And I'll tell you another one that messes with me in CW. It's totally different, but it's not. Whiskey Delta 4 Alpha Whiskey Delta.
All-wheel drive. Yep.
That one throws me too. But I don't have to worry about it no more because Dan just sends it 45 words a minute, and
that's right.
And I know it's him.
If you hear something so fast you can't head copy, that's probably me.
No, I have a great one. Like if I'm hunting someone new to POTA, every time, I swear to God, every time they'll go, Kilo Uniform 3 Hotel Yankee. And I have to go, no, Charlie Uniform. And they're like, what state are you in?
Tell them Alpha Zulu.
So just so you know, Dan, because I don't trust you and I know how Discord is and I know how y'all work. That's why when you come through really fast the other day, I made you send it through a second time where I could listen really good, and I knew
No.
it was you.
You know, the
Okay.
first time. No, last night I did. I hit you at 33 and you picked it up the first time.
Yeah.
And and then I think it was Blake. Is it Blake or Ryan commented in chat? He goes, was that about 32? And I said, yeah, he picked it up the first time. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, just because, all right, guys, just because I mess with James at like 30 words per minute on his activations, if I'm activating, please don't hit me at 30.
Listen, if Dan spots in CW,
Hit him at 30.
it is the king's orders. Everybody hit him at 30 words a minute.
Some people I will get. You know, others, you're going to get a lot of question marks.
Now they ran a I don't know, like a 27, 28 word a minute pile up on me one day. It was like 4 of them or something.
Good times.
The good news is as soon as I got home from the one cold activation, I got my buttons pushing in the F2818 and I got my speed turned up to where it needed to be. So,
Man, this screen flew by. It's already the top of the hour, guys. A little bit
no,
fast.
it is.
Man,
It is.
It is.
I just noticed.
And that means that Charlie or Frank is streaming now. So, guys, thank you very much for the super chats. And
It's the new UGC day. Go hunt.
if you do
I'm
not
hunting right now.
if you do not follow me on other social medias, they're going to start being a lot more active. Twitter, Instagram, TikToks, all of it. So, you know, if you want to stay really up to date, hit that stuff up. Or you can just become a Patreon and you know what's going on anyway because they know everything. But anyway, guys, thank you guys very much. And we'll catch you guys on the air in a little bit, hopefully. Hopefully, I got a vehicle out there right now. I don't even know. We'll see when I get done. If not, it'll be later. 73, everybody.
See ya.